you don't mind, but could you tell me?
Where the hell is the boss?
So I've been playing a lot of Dream BBQ lately, and after more hours than I'd like to admit, I still can't get this game out of my head. I feel like every time I think I've seen it all, there's a post about some other hidden room or obscure dialogue option. Something as simple as completing jobs without ever accepting them gives you a unique response. In lesser games, this wouldn't have even been considered, but Dream BBQ rewards you for the effort. That level of detail is pretty impressive. Unfortunately, I think I've pretty much experienced it all now. There may or may not be a skill issue getting in the way of the last 2 hourglass dogs, but I'm sure my next attempt's gonna be the one. In between sleeping, playing the game, and working my deplorable job, I've been thinking a lot about what makes this game, and really this whole world, feel so alive. I always loved the web series, and I could probably recite longer passages than I realized, but a short series was exactly what it felt like. The end of the video was the end. Of course, that doesn't make it any less engaging or enjoyable. Some of my favorite series never quite hit that alive status to me. So, what changed? Well, it all started with this little gremlin. And a general spoiler warning for all of Dream BBQ, I'm not going to reveal every little secret, but just general plot stuff. And oddly enough, a little bit of Bloom into You. It's a Yuri manga. You might not know it, but there's a lesbian watching right now, like, I see you, lesbian. Not that there was much to go off, but I really didn't pay any Dream BBQ news much mind. I'm so impatient when I'm thinking about something that the most I let myself pay attention to was the new Ina Personalities video and new merch. Which, like, there was a lot of new Dream BBQ merch before the game even came out. Anyway, in retrospect, this is embarrassing, but I didn't even know the Purge party was a totally different path to get to the bathroom. I did talk to the taxi driver, but I was more focused on getting a life. I figured the Purge party was just a side thing I could check out later, so I did Ascension and thoroughly enjoyed it. The world was as insane and disorienting as I hoped, but it didn't all connect together in that alive way just yet. That started to change the next time I experienced the game, watching my girlfriend play. She went about things so differently than I did, and I saw parts of the world I had no idea even existed. I was surprised Purge was its own path, but it became so much more than Purge. I never entered the doors on the cruise ship roof. I didn't trust that I could make this jump. I delivered pets to be eaten, and I used this guy's body to climb into the sky. Normal things. When she was done, I ran Ascension for her, and it was funny that we both had the same what the fuck reaction as the paths diverged more and more. We both ended up at auction day, but the road there was so different. One of the more inconsequential things that really stood out to me was Tasky Maiden makes her way to the Purge party. There's no prompt that gets her to do that. She just chooses to, and if you only go Ascension, you may never know that she did. These moments of the world existing regardless of your presence were like this thread I kept accidentally pulling at through achievement hunting until it stopped being an accident. When I started intentionally observing these carefully tucked away parts of the world, I kept coming back with more questions. Who is this? Where is that? Why are we here? What's going on? And I really appreciated that many of these questions remain unanswered. This is just chapter 1, but I doubt every little thread leads to some big answer. Honestly, I'd probably be happier if some of these small parts of the world stayed mysteries or moments missed. While I was writing this, I was reminded of a disagreement I had with a friend over the end of Bloom into You. And if you want to skip this, I'll put a timestamp down here. After the big gay climax of the story, there's a time skip and a small gay epilogue. My friend told me she felt a bit robbed never seeing Toko and Yu blooming as a couple. That ending was almost a bit alienating to her, having so much progress suddenly skipped over. I do see where she was coming from, but for me, it was that time skip that finished pushing that world into motion. Toko and Yu's story continued whether we saw it or not, and I love that. If I have to say goodbye, I want to know that it keeps going, which is probably why I spend so much of my time thinking about these stories and what hasn't been said, or reading fan stuff on AO3. There are so many more examples I could give of Dream BBQ sparking that curiosity in me, and filling out the world just a little bit more. But I think you should go see for yourself. The chapter ends pretty quickly, but it's the world itself that keeps me coming back, and I don't think just hearing about it will do it justice. To sum my experiences up well and what I love, in a hidden room of a semi-hidden area, someone painted this, and you just missed them. That's it. That's the end of the thread. The world of Dream BBQ is quite active. If you blink, you might miss it. Also, if Tasky caught your attention, there's more of her too. Bye!